Hey guys, Drew Lints here, and I've got a quick story to share with you that I couldn't believe was true the first time that I heard it. Apparently, a number of years ago, there was a fisherman who made his salary catching fish, and every day he would go out just to catch enough fish to survive. And one day, he was out looking for fish, and a huge storm came. And so he threw his anchor overboard, and he settled in through the storm, and he made it through the night. And when he got up the next day, he was pulling up the anchor, and lo and behold, it was clamped into the jaws of a humongous oyster. And so he dives down and he yanks open this oyster to find out that there wasn't only his anchor inside, but there was a humongous pearl. Now, this pearl was 75 pounds. 75 pounds. It was 2 feet wide by 1 foot long, and the previous world record pearl was 14 pounds, and it was worth $93 million. So this guy, he took the pearl home, hides it under his bed, and every day he rubs it for good luck so that he could catch more fish. Because he didn't really know that this pearl was worth way more than every fish combined in the whole ocean. He didn't understand its value, but he thought it was kind of a good luck charm, so he would rub it for good luck in the morning. Are you connecting how ridiculous this is? See, I want to tell you that you do the same thing. So do I. If you believe in Jesus and you have a relationship with God the Father, you and I do the same thing so often. It's because we forget the value of the gospel. We forget the value of the presence and the relationship that we have with God. In Psalm 16, we see that David has finally learned this lesson. And here, let me tell you what he writes. In Psalm 16, he says, "Preserve me, O God, for in you I take refuge. I say to the Lord, you are my Lord. I have no good apart from you." And then later he goes on and he says, "The Lord is my chosen portion. He is my cup. You hold my lot." And then later on in verse 9, he says, "My heart is glad and my whole being rejoices. My flesh also dwells secure, for you will not abandon my soul to Sheol, or let your Holy One see corruption." And here is one of the best parts here. "You make known to me the path of life. In your presence there is fullness of joy. At your right hand are pleasures forevermore." Do we really believe that? That God in his presence is the fullness of joy? Or are we looking for other things? I mean, I take great joy in a lot of things, and sometimes way too much joy. Like after a workout, getting a good cup of water, or believing and feeling like my kids are going to be secure, or that they're successful, or that my job is secure, or that I have enough money in the bank, or that I'm skillful enough to accomplish many things, or get people to like me because of how funny I am. I mean, the list can go on. Unless you find your wholeness of joy in the presence of God the Father, it won't last. You know that guy with the pearl? A couple of years later, he had to move houses because he just wasn't catching enough fish. And so he had to call his sister to come help him move. And his sister finds this pearl worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And she shakes him and she says, what are you thinking? This pearl is worth more than our whole village, the whole island. Why are you looking for more fish when what you already have is worth more than you could ever hope for? Can you relate? I pray that you do. Because if you have Jesus, you have everything.